Okay, so for this one, we're talking about how to find reciprocals. Now, a reciprocal is a really interesting concept in math. A reciprocal is the number that you multiply times another number to equal 1. It's kind of a complicated concept. You have your number, let's in this example say 9. 9 times some other number will equal 1. In this case, because it's 9, it'll be 1/9. I'm going to prove why that's true, so just wait for a second. Now, we know that when we divide by something, we're basically doing a fraction. So if we did, like, let's say 9 divided by 3, that'd be the same thing as saying 9 over 3. We know this, and we know that'll equal 3. Now, by that same token, we know that in order to write any number, let's say we had 9, and we want to write it as a fraction, we could just say 9 over 1, because that's 9 divided by 1, which also equals 9. So we can do that. Now, when we're trying to divide to equal 1, 9 divided by something equals 1. We know we have to divide 9 by itself. Okay? So 9 divided by 9 is 1. You can also rewrite that as 9 over 1 divided by 9 over 1 equals 1. Okay? Now watch this. Instead of dividing, let's try to multiply. Now how do we do that? Based on all this, and based on the fact that 9 divided by 3 equals 9 over 3, and when you divide a number by itself, it equals 1, we could easily just say, okay, I can multiply a number times 1 over that number to equal 1. Because if I make this into a fraction, 9 over 1 times 1 over 9, 9 times 1 equals 9, 1 times 9 equals 9, 9 over 9 will still equal 1. So instead of dividing by something, I can multiply times its reciprocal. The reciprocal is this number that you multiply times your original to get to 1. Basically, and here's the trick, you just flip it. Okay? So in this case, 2 over 3. What's the reciprocal? I'm trying to get to 1. I need the reciprocal. So 2 over 3 times, I can flip it around. 2 times 3 will equal 6. 3 times 2 will equal 6. 6 divided by 6 will equal 1. 3 over 2 is my reciprocal. Let's go down to number 6, a little more complicated. 27 over 10. If I multiply times its reciprocal, 10 over 27, that will equal 270 over 270. Anything divided by itself equals 1. My reciprocal of 27 over 10 is 10 over 27, or 10 27ths. That's how you find reciprocals. It's not an incredibly difficult thing to do, but it will matter for algebra. And we're going to get to that later in the year. Just a little preview of that. Let's say I have this problem. 1 over 4 times something that I'm going to call x will equal 1. Let's change that. 1 over 4 times something that I'm going to call x will equal 2. Make it a little more challenging. I need to try to get x alone when I get to algebra. So what I do, I'm going to multiply times its reciprocal. 4 times 1 will be 4. 4 times 1 will be 4. Times x will equal 2. I know 4 over 4 equals 1. So 1x equals 2. Whatever I did to this side, I have to do the other side. So I multiplied times 4 over 1. 1x, in this case, will equal 8. Whenever I have 1 of something, I can just eliminate that 1. So x equals 8. That's why it's going to matter in the future. I know that's probably a lost concept on a lot of folks who are watching in right now. But in order to do that, we need to know what a reciprocal is. Go ahead and practice it tonight. Have a good one.